Atlantic Division champion, Buffalo Sabres. Blows my mind to even think about it. But they did it last night, beating Chicago 5-1 to earn 108 points and clinch the division. And I know you can intellectualize it. And, I was calling it the Northeast Division all night because that's what I knew them being champions of. That was, 15, 16 years ago, last time that happened. But intellectualize it, but so much has happened so fast in the past 4 months that I just wanted to take. It's hard for me even to sit and stop and really appreciate what this team has done, and not only what it's done, it's where they have come from, basically out of the abyss of the last 14 years. I mean, and there's too many to mention. I mean, we'd be here all night if I went through every different facet of the drought. Um, Eichel instead of McDavid, losing the lottery. Sam Reinhart, whatever happened there? As we know, boy, Malcolm Subban playing goaltender. Uh, the Jeff Skinner contract, the various GMs and coaches, the Ralph Kruger experiment. I mean, if I wanted to put together an all drought team, I would be here until morning. Uh, how rudderless this organization was. And it was only 4 months ago. So it is not so far in the future where Sabre fans can't remember what it was like to feel hopeless. I I admit it. I with basically 99% of Sabre fans in early December saying, "Ah, shit, they're going to be out of it by Christmas." Well, that turned into maybe, just maybe, they'll be fighting for wild card two by the Olympic break. No way they're going to be. And then the question was, well, will they come back strong and playing the same way after the Olympic break? Um, I just wanted to take a second and just try to soak in what they've done here. Yeah, the playoffs are exciting, and it looks like Boston with a 2-0 lead over New Jersey as I record this. It's 7:27 Eastern. You're on the 14th on Tuesday night. Looks like Boston will be the opponent, but Boston Ottawa doesn't really matter. It does in the sense of matchup and what style the Sabres you'd prefer them to play against. I'll get into that uh, once we know the opponent for sure. But to come out of the ether, and I mean, make no mistake, they are the story in the NHL this season. It's not even close. Pittsburgh's a really nice story with Crosby and Malkin in the twilight of the years, and their big rebuild this was supposed to be rebuilding year for Pittsburgh, and now suddenly they're in the playoffs. Their first round opponent, the cross-state rival, the Philadelphia Flyers, another terrific story. Buried for dead around coming back from the Olympics. Um, Never really showed a personality and never really showed any kind of cohesion until this last month. And all of a sudden, they're locked in to play the Penguins as the second versus third in the Metro. Those are great stories. Uh, this hockey story of the year is the gold medal game so far. But the NHL story of the year is the Buffalo Sabres, without question, in this regular season. There'll be a damper on it if they go out in 5-6 games in the first round, that's for sure. But that is then. The playoffs are down the road this weekend. Hopefully, it'll be a Saturday night game. Maybe ABC will take, because of the media markets, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh on a Sunday afternoon. But that's something we'll just think about it later. Deal with the playoffs as they come up, and be doing an episode once I know for sure, probably Thursday night. Do something on the first round series. The Buffalo Sabres are hosting because they're Atlantic Division champions, and it's great to win the title here because now you have your feet up. Tomorrow night, the Dallas Stars come to town. They're pretty much in the same situation as they are, not division champion, obviously, with Colorado there, but they're locked in to play Minnesota. They have a home ice against Minnesota. Now, they have injuries of their own with Rupe Hintz and Heiskanen. So I would imagine you're going to see a lot of like 4 or 5 AHLers in there tomorrow night, and a lot of the big guns will get the night off. Maybe Robertson, maybe Wyatt Johnson will too. I don't know. I know for certain the Sabres. I know Colton Ellis is going to start. Obviously, UPL playing last night, and Alex Lyon on the shelf for who knows how long, week to week. So it could be available in the playoffs sometime. During, we don't know. Same thing with Sam Carrick. We don't know. Week to week is week to week. It's basically we don't know. Um, but I would imagine that if needed and if requested by these players, they would get the night off. And I'm thinking Darlene and Thompson and Tuck and Zucker, I would not play because unless they have some kind of contract incentive and playing every game or playing. Well, they both wouldn't qualify for playing every game, but anything in their contract, whatever it is, milestone. Tage got his 40 last night, his 40th, back to back 40-goal seasons. He has been just outstanding. And I would imagine maybe one or two other guys down the lineup will get the night off. Be interested to see what that third pairing is. The final audition, as it was Timmins and Stanley last night. So curious what Lindy comes up with tomorrow, because this is it. There's your audition for the third pair, and we'll see who gets the starting role on stage come the weekend against them. But another thing it does winning the division is you're avoiding the vicious 2 versus 3 matchup, and the aforementioned Dallas Stars are going to have a hell of a series against the Wild. And I could get into the playoff format, how it shouldn't be like this, but everybody agrees with that except for Gary Bettman and those in the league office that are in charge of such matters. They prefer this. They think it grows rivalries, and it's a shame that either Minnesota or Dallas will be out in the first round. And the same can be said about Tampa Bay and Montreal. As much as Sabre fans here hate Tampa Bay and have a decade-long dislike of the Montreal Canadiens, you got to say they're two terrific teams. But this is a good bonus for the Sabres. Let them beat the shit out of each other. Let them a little war of attrition, because that series is going 6 at least. And then you can maybe get the survivor and see what happens down the road there. One thing I will bring up here, lastly, before I go here, are the third periods for the Sabres. And it's kind of duality here in my thinking. One, I'm enjoying it. And two, they can't flip the switch come playoff time because they're going to find themselves locked down and locked out of a game. But the last 3 third periods, 3 goals against the Rangers, they win 5-3. 4 goals against Columbus, they win 5-0. Colton Ellis, that 30-plus save shutout. And then last night, 3 goals in the third, some gorgeous goals too, with a 5-1 win. I'm not sure they should wait like that, and they're not going to in the playoffs. They know that, but I'll leave you with this. Last night, watching the second period of the game against Chicago, um, I was like everybody, every Sabre fan, just finish him off so they can, get the division. Let's not leave it to chance to somebody else and leave it to Wednesday night against Dallas. Because when you get into a one game to decide things, anything can happen. People have watched enough sports, you know that. But this is the first time this season I was watching going, my God, they are head and shoulders more talented than the opposition. When I watch them when they play Tampa and Montreal and Carolina um, and Boston, I'll throw in there, and Ottawa, I'm like, I'm still thinking it through the eyes of, oh my God, we're keeping up with them. Holy shit, we just beat Tampa. What a surprise. Like we belong here. Um, and last night really just drove it home, and I'm not really sure what it was. But the Sabres were just waiting to turn it on last night. And once they got to their game, it was no contest. And they won 5-1. So this is a very good hockey team. It's not only it's a feel good story of the year. definitely in Buffalo and definitely in the NHL. This is a very good hockey team and a very dangerous hockey team. And it's all about the matchups, as Richard Schmelik would say to my friend. It's all about the matchups. And they match up well with Boston. Not so much with Ottawa, but hey, you got to play somebody, and every team you're going to play is good. So, a congratulations go out to the Sabres, and playoff time is almost upon us. Who would have thought back in October? Certainly not me, but it's going to be a hell of a fun spring in Western New York.